Hello everybody, this is Shrike playing more The Artisan of Glimmith. But you have to say in a fancy accent. It's required, okay? Now, we are in the forest at this point, and we cleared out this entire area, the area number. So the area has been cleared out with +3. So we're gonna go into this little pocket here and hopefully bang it out today. So what new aspects is this? Match. All regions must have the same shape. But this has to be well, it has to go this way or this way because I need to get this corner. This also has to go this way, so I think that forces us to do very particular things. There's really, yeah, okay. So they all have to be the same shape no matter what, huh? All right, I can see how that could get crazy. All regions must have the same shape, but there's a shape bank. So that means I have to pick one of the 3 shapes and use that everywhere. 3 by 3 L shape or the W. I feel like it has to be the W because the T shape's never going to be able to fill in everything. There's just no way. Same with the L shape. So it probably has to be the W shape. Means that this is more or less forced. Because otherwise, how else would we do it? Right? And there we go. Okay. Cool. So now it's not always obvious what kind of limitations we have. We have to actually figure out what will be possible and what will not be possible. Which, I mean, sounds stupid when I put it like that, but it must be exactly area 4. It can't be a square because of these corners. It could be T pieces, or it could be L pieces. If it's L pieces, getting this is going to be like impossible. So I guess it has to be a T piece. The question is, if I do that, I block this guy. So it'd have to be here. Then that blocks that. It doesn't really work, actually. Does it? How would I do this if it's a T piece? It could be straight lines, actually. Oh, it's just straight lines. It's easier than I thought. Okay. In fact, it almost looks like the example there. I didn't consider the most simple solution is sometimes the best. So 3, it could be a straight line, but then it would block this. Like I can't have straight lines for both of them, so it must be a curve. And it probably has to be like so. Okay. Nice and easy. It will get much more difficult, fear not. They have to be all the same shape, but I also have this. I need to be able to fill out the entire area of both. Which means if we could figure out how to split this half and half somehow. Is that going to be possible? Obviously, I can't do something naive like this. Do the same shape. Yeah, it's it's not really gonna work. I mean, then they're not the same shape. It's gonna have to be vertical somehow. I need to not get confused with the position of the rose windows. Like they don't need to be in the same spot within the shape, for instance. Well, I need to kind of just mostly try and ignore them and see what I can do. If I do this, I think it works. Yes. So I was like, I can't really divide it vertically or horizontally. Diagonals? Yes, it does work. So there you go. Cool. And we gotta look for hidden ones as well, but We can also go the obvious path. Okay, all regions must have the same shape. What a crazy concept. All right, well, we know there has to be walls between these. I have to pair them together. But I also had to fill the entire space. So we have a very similar problem again. But the oh, this is gonna be slightly confusing. This one's probably rotational symmetry, I would suspect. So like if I start doing this, can I just... Yes, okay. Just work on it from both sides and you get there eventually. Okay, what's this one in the middle? Must have the same shape, precision 4. So here it could be a zigzag, it could be a T shape, or it could be a line. That doesn't narrow anything down there. If they're lines, honestly... Oh, but then I run into a problem here. So I don't think it is lines. Honestly, I think it'll probably be Z shapes. Problem is, yeah, actually that works kind of well. This, I'm not sure which direction it would go. If it went this way, I wouldn't be able to do this, so it would have to go this way. If I do something like this, does it all just work? I think it does, yes. Okay, very good. Let's do this. Rows, windows, and they must all be the same shape. Well, we're forced to have at least that at some point. And to fill out this shape, it's going to have to be this one. So I'm going to need a Z on one side and an L on the other. But I need them to not collide with each other either. So if I do an L shape here, I'm going to block things off by doing that. So it's probably not that. Oh, this is... Must be the same shape, huh? If I do this and this, they're not the same shape. Oh, sorry. What? Does this need an L? Like that? Well, then these are not the same. So now I just have to figure out how to extend these. So this spot right here is right here. This is here. So I've done something wrong because that's not going to work out in the long run. I can't get a third one of those shapes either. It wouldn't have the rose window either. So, because extending this is extending here and I can't do that. Therefore, I can't really be like this. I'm going to reset. So this has to come out at some point. And that's forcing this to go down here. Which means it almost certainly will have to go here. Now, can I get that shape? We've already determined that I'm not very good at rotational symmetry, but... Let's see. How do I line this up to be the same? Oh, man. Oh, man. We kind of have... Oh, jeez. Where would this go over here? That would be possible. Can't be this one. Can't be this one. Can't be this one. But it'd have to be out here somewhere. Or like here, but like that doesn't work, obviously. That's not even anywhere close to it. Okay, it's... Needs a nubbin. I could have that nubbin like that. Oops, it would have to be like... this is this in theory, right? So we do it like there and there. So this and this, this and this. But then again, I can't extend in this direction or this direction. That's exactly what I just did. That doesn't work. It doesn't work. How do I do this? Like, I feel like that's forced to happen. And there's no way I can ever do that because they'll block that off. So this is forced to happen. Need an L shape with... Well, that's not coming out here. It's coming out... Shoot. Because we have this shape right here with this, or if, okay, let's imagine this thread was in this spot up here. Then I would want to loop around. But then I can't have this be here, so that doesn't work. So if this spot was, say, here, because they could be flipped, for instance. But then I'd be going around like this, and that would be wrong. So it can't be there. If it was here, it'd be going out like this, up, which would be... Wait, this spot is this spot. And then it's going turning by 2. So this... It has to go 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay. So here's here. And then it's not doing the L shape in the right spot. So that's not going to work. It's not going to work. Pretty sure. 11, 11, but I feel like I'm close. It's only a 3. I'm just really bad at rotational symmetry, man. Oh my gosh, I was literally just 1 off. Okay. Hold on, let me look at this. So, I love the hint system in this game. They're just like, this is supposed to be a line. You didn't put a line there. I'm like, oh. And then, you know, you figure out the rest yourself. It's a really nice way to go about it. Let's see. So, this is here. Yes, that's it. It is literally rotated 90 degrees. That is so tough to visualize. Holy. All regions must be the same shape and must have an area 11. So there's 2 shapes per, and they have to work for both. This square right here, that's empty, would be the equivalent. I guess they're not the same. Yeah, because this has 3 and this only has 2. Curious, how would I go about doing this? Well, if I start... Oh, geez, how would I do this? I see like some patterns that look... But these are not the same size. It's 5 across, this is 6 down. So it's not going to be something simple like that. So I have to have a shape of 11 each. So what if I do this? They all have to be the same shape, so that actually really helps. If I could extend these to 2 on either side, I can do that. And then I need L shapes that come off. I can't fill this in unless it goes up from here, which I could do on all of them. If I go straight 3, it's not going to work, but I can go straight 2. Right? Then I can't extend this. I need it to turn, actually. So I need it to be like this guy and this guy. So it's, oops, this and this. But then these are not in the right spots. Unless... Hold on. Hold on. Is this even right? Well, obviously it's not right, but... Because this is over here, I can't go more to that side. Or the alternative is increasing his height, which is here. Which means I'd have to take one away. I'd have to do this, which requires taking one away from the 2x2 and extending. Oh, God. Hold on. Take one away from the 2x2. I can't visualize it. Oh, this is so difficult. This whole area is just going to be hell for me, isn't it? We got our 5 in a line, 5 in a line. We don't have our 5 in a line here. Okay. Then we've got this, 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 this. Now above each of these middle points is a 1. That's true. We could do up by 2 on each of them. Like these are both 11. I need to look at this. So this should be 3. This should be 3. Oh, okay, I was right. I should have just tested it. Oh boy. The match window. Well, I think there's a hidden one back here. There is. So let's do that. Precision 4. Well, we know it's not a 2x2 again. For many reasons, but this little nub here also shows it. And plus, these are 3 across, so it could never be. It could be zigzags again. It wouldn't be able to go up like that if it was a zigzag. And then that would block this too badly, and that wouldn't work, so I don't think it's going to be a zigzag. If it was a straight line, I'd be blocking off the top, so it can't be that. So it must be an L shape. Does it go that way or this way? Don't know. If it goes up like this, or rather if it goes here, there's not necessarily anything blocking. Well, that doesn't work. Question is, how do I fill in those areas if they are L-shaped? Because obviously that doesn't work. Okay, what if this goes up after all? Because then I'll have a line stuck there, or I change this around. I'm still going to be stuck with unable to complete that. Is it really not a Z piece? I mean, it can't be Z there. It could be an L piece out like this, actually. That blocks that, so I can't do that. This makes this impossible. So maybe not starting from there. How would I fill in this spot if they're L shapes? Like I can't do this in any shape. I could do that, but then I'd be leaving one space here. So I think that means that would have to go down. Similarly with this one, if I did this, it could potentially work, but then I'm stuck trying to fill in this and it's impossible. So it doesn't seem like it would be there. If it went like this. Again, I'd be kind of stuck trying to fill in impossible areas. So I don't think that's right. None of these work out. It can't be a straight line though. If it's an L shape like this, I can't get this corner. Doesn't matter what I do. Not with L shapes at least. Oh yeah, it's just like I'm never gonna be able to fill in what I want. Which makes me think it is a Z shape, and I missed a solution up here. But I don't know how I would do that without blocking something off. There's not a space. Unless this goes up, but if it goes up, I get blocked. Is there another way for me to do this? No, because it's forced to go horizontally like this. So it's only here or here. There's no other way to do it. Which makes me think there is an L shape that I have not considered. Or an L-shaped combination that I've not considered, but everything seems like it would always leave a space. At least. If I do that. Huh? Okay, I need another clue. Decision 4, there's only so many options. Cannot be a square. Zigzag's just not gonna work unless there's... Oh, T-pieces. T-pieces. That makes so much more sense. I'll bet someone was screaming at me about that. Yeah, it's so easy when you just... Oh yeah, there is one more configuration of 4 blocks. I think with Tetris, it would be very easy to think of, but... Okay, shape bank, and they can only pick one of them. Well, it cannot be the 2x3 because we got this spot back here. I don't think the T... Well, the T in theory could, actually. Is it worth considering? I don't know how I'd fill in this. I don't think I could. I don't think it's the T shape. It could be an L shape, but it's more likely to be the Z shape. TBH. Although maybe not, because that's pretty hard to... I mean, both are going to be hard to fill in. Does this... can only go so many ways. And then, like, I have to think about how am I going to fill in all of these. Like, I can't do it here because that's too short. I feel like you'd always end up with empty spots if you try to use the Z shape. Therefore, it has to be the 3x4 line, which means there's a lot of options, unfortunately. Although if I want to fill in this spot, I think I'm forced to do alongside here. And then also here. Am I not doing this right? Is it not 4 tall? It is 4 tall. 3 across. Okay, there we go. Then how am I going to fill in all this? Okay, I can do this. That's fine. It being asymmetrical is actually a boon in this case. This is 3, this is 4, this makes this a 4, and then I do this. All right, cool. Kind of by process of elimination there. Again, unfortunately, I considered the correct choice last. Let's keep doing some easy ones here. Must all be the same shape, and they must all go through there. Okay, so there's going to be 3 shapes. And biggest thing is they're going to have to loop around these areas. Like if I do this as like a joke, that doesn't... It's never going to work. Oh, wait. It does work. Never mind. We just do this as a joke. Oh, wait. No, that is the solution. Okay, well, that was somewhat surprising. Oh, my goodness. All right, well, this is... So whatever the shape is, it's going to have 2 lines. It's 2 like that. It's going to need a yellow. It can't go to any of these other squares, so it has to go here. So our shape is going to have an L in it. Then it has to go to green. After that, I don't actually know where, but let's see where else we could fit in this shape. That could then block off a bunch of area and possibly get us to what we want. I need to know where, because I can't have a shape like this because that will block off this guy from ever getting your green. But it has to go this way or this way. I don't know which. That also means it's probably going to be blocking off this. And if it goes up here, for instance, I'm never going to get that shape over here. So I feel like it's going to have to be something like that, probably. But then how would I ever get this stuff together? If that were the case, I don't think I could. And if we go all the way over to here, again, how am I going to fit that? These shapes have to be very smaller. This red in the bottom corner is forced to go to this blue because it can't escape north. Like this wall of red, blue, red prevents me from going left at all because I already have a blue and I already have a red. So having like a nice small condensed shape is no longer really doable. Is a concern. If I do this, that's the same shape here. It has all of them. But if I go one farther, I could have this. And like this. But then I need to have it hook in. But if I do that, then I'm doing this. That's still valid. Then this. Yes. Okay. Cool. Okay, just opened up so many more pinatas for us. Got the silver. All right. There's another 2. Area of exactly 4. Well, it's an L piece or it's a Z piece this time. It cannot be a T piece. If it's an L piece, it's going to be pretty hard to fill in everything. So I think it's going to be almost certainly a Z piece. Problem is, if it's a Z piece, how do I fill in this bottom corner? I can't. I'm always going to have a spot that's unreachable. But actually, I'm forced to be at L piece. I think that's how it has to go. Which this could go here, but then that would be blocking, so I'd have to do it here. That doesn't work. Does it work? It does work. Never mind. Okay. We got there. I don't like the Z pieces more than the L pieces. I don't know. Is it just me? Precision 5. And we're very open to the shapes that we can do here. But it does look like they're mostly... Like, I foresee 3 shapes here, but I could be wrong. I think I may be wrong. So if I do this... and go... Well, if I do this first... That'd be exactly 5. Never mind. I actually have to figure out a shape that works. That almost works. Exactly 5. Just that. So I was actually very close in the first try. There's a 4 there, a 3 here. Doing all the low-hanging fruits first. This is hard enough as it is. Let's do this hidden 3 down here. Must have the same shape, huh? Well, we know it can't wrap around like that. Where would the other end of this be? I don't know. If I do lines of 3, it's never going to work. If I do L shapes, not going to work. If I do 3 elbow pieces, it's not going to work. So it's going to have to be some kind of complicated shape. This is my understanding of it. Unfortunately, I can't do any more than that, so it's not quite like that. If I went like this, still gonna have the similar problem. But I feel like it does have to wrap around somewhere, somehow, like this. Problem is that just don't really work. It's these three tiles over here that are the big change. Because otherwise these are rotationally symmetrical, you know. Oh, this gets blocked. I guess it's not. This square is this square, and I'm not starting from that square. If I do this, I need this. I've got this kind of shape. But it's, I don't know, man. So, all right, let's draw this. So it can't be. We have this come out here. So let's say this 2x2 is this 2x2. Could also start it here potentially, but let's imagine it's here. If this was here, then I wouldn't be able to go any farther in this direction, but I could. So it'd be on the same side. If I couldn't do this, they wouldn't be the same shape. So what if it was the 2x2 here? And then I do this. And then I extend this way. Oh, that would be over to the right. So that's not the same. So that doesn't quite work. It doesn't have to be a 2x2. I mean, it could be. L shaped like so, perhaps. This would be here, so it would never be able to extend outward like this, though, or to the side. Wherever it starts has to be a dead end, essentially. If it was here, then I'd have to. I can't extend up this way, so it doesn't work that way either. This is only difficulty 3. I don't know how to think about these types of puzzles, is the problem. When there's a bunch of rules and it's very obvious that when things conflict, no problem. When it's something like this where it's so open-ended and yet, so I don't know where the other one would even start is the problem. I don't know where it would start. I know it has to be this, I guess. You know what? What if I imagined it was like that? Then I can't fill in this square ever. Unless... I mean, we got a T shape here. We don't have a T shape here at all, and there's no way to get a T shape with more here. Oh my god, I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. If I do this, and I go like this, I'm never going to be able to fill in these two squares if I do that. This is the same as this, and it can't expand. This is the same as this, it can't expand. So that doesn't work. Where's a 2 line that I could do that has this kind of limitation, or could have that kind of limitation? So for instance, I started at here, this was this, and this was this. And I extended. I need to turn in one direction, it doesn't really matter which. But then I have to be able to go up, and I can't go up. It couldn't be there. Unless there's more to it, I suppose. I don't imagine. Okay, like even if I want to extend here, I'd have to extend here. But this square can't go the other way, so I can't make a 4x. I can't do that. Oh my gosh, this is so hard for me. What if I said it started there? And I did 4 line? I can't do a 4 line in a row here. If I started here and did this, I'm gonna run into a similar problem. That I can't extend this to the left. Doesn't seem like 180-degree rotation's working. Maybe a 90-degree would work. There must be a smarter way to figure out the starting point, right? There must be. What if I do it here? It's fairly centered though. Central. I'm never gonna have a 3 in a line. If I do this, I mean, I can do this shape, but like that doesn't really help much. I'm never gonna be able to extend this way, which is a big limitation. And I can never do this, so that, yeah, that will never be correct. This is so hard. I don't understand where I'm supposed to find another starting spot with the same shape. I feel like it's got to be something simple, because like that's the obvious starting point. Then I can't fill in these other 3. If I try to do something like this, I'm going to block that off. That won't reach. I can't go down farther to match this. I could do this maybe. No, because then I can't go left here to match that. Or right. So that's impossible. I had it here. You could extend here and here, but then if I extend here, I can't do this. And if I extend here, I can't do that. So like that's never going to work. If I do a Z shape, I'm going to like leave blank spots everywhere else. There's no other place to fit in one. That won't leave one space. Unless those aren't the same, right? No, I don't think so. No. What am I doing wrong, dude? Give me one hint. Okay, there's a line here. That does help a lot. Because that means the other starting point has to be a line of 3. It also means this can't happen. Does this help a lot? Does this actually help me? Does this actually help me? If I, for instance, have a 3 here, I can't turn, so it's not going to be there. I do the 3 here. You can only ever go in one direction. I did it here. You could do TT, but then what about this spot? I can't do it. I can't fill those in here. So it can't be that. If I just did an L shape, it's again not really going to work. What is the equivalent of this 3 line? There isn't one. That's the problem. I don't know. Wait a minute. Am I a fool? I don't have to do just 2 shapes. I don't have to do just 2 shapes. Oh my god, dude. I could do like 3 shapes, for instance. Oh. Does 3 lines work? No. 3 line, an L shape's not going to work. T shapes aren't going to work. I can't fill everything in with that. Aww. There's no way. I don't know how to do this. Okay, my revelation was not much of a revelation, I guess. Can I really not be 2x2s? No. Probably not. Probably not. So I'm always kind of screwed one way or the other. One way or another. Yeah, and obviously 3 lines are not going to work. We know it's not an L piece, so that means it has to be a larger thing. It can't be L shapes. There's no way T shapes can fill everything in. So I think it does have to be a 50-50 split. There's I don't really see any other way around it. This shape is that. Then that doesn't let me get this guy. How am I gonna fill this in? So if I can't go up like that, then that means this is forced to be a different color almost certainly. I'm never gonna get the blue all the way around and then have it still make sense, you know? That means I need to be able to have this shape of blue somehow. I can't do that. Huh? Huh? How am I supposed to take one away from the other? I can't be it. You're telling me there has to be a wall there. Well, why, sir? I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'm gonna have to come back to that puzzle. Wow, a 3 defeated me. That is crazy. Exactly 8. Okay. Thank you for having proper limitations. So it could be an L shape potentially. Well, I don't know yet. The biggest question is this spot here. I can't do that. That would be too big, so... Oh my goodness. I'm so bad at these. Oh. Oh man. Well, looks like I'm gonna exactly 8, and it's 32. So we need 4 shapes here that all work. Look, I'm seeing something like this. Maybe, and then just work from there, and hopefully it works out. I don't know. Problem is, I want to do this, but I don't think I can. I will block, or others will get blocked. This is a 5 and a 5, so I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be that one, I guess. What if I do this? These are not the same shapes. These are not the same shapes. L, up 1. Oh, it'd have to be up here. So that doesn't work there. This means I can't do this though. Well, it's probably not that. It's probably this. But then I need this to be extended, and I can't extend that, so that doesn't work. That is an illegal move. So what I could do, like, is if I was doing shapes, I could block that off, and that would force this, which is, again, not true. So maybe it doesn't extend that far. If I do this, the Z shape to start with, I don't know. If I wanted to loop around, again, I can't do that because this become walls. So that's not looking too promising, I will say. I don't even know if this one comes out here, actually. I don't even know if this one comes out here. Where am I supposed to find a starting spot, man? Oh, it's so difficult. All right, let's look around here. So I know these have to be different colors from each other. this has to be a different color. This could loop around like that, but would leave a cell open almost certainly. So this is probably a third color, right? If I want to fill in these squares, I mean, it could be like this. It could be like this. I don't know. If it was like this, it's going to be impossible to fill in this area, I think, unless it goes up. This guy could be any number of ways. Don't know yet. So if this is a Z, this will become a Z. This could be a Z like that, but unlikely. Then it's going to conflict. So I'm going to want to do this. I can't do that. So that's illegal. Not correct. Plus I'd have these spaces here, which would be impossible too. Okay, then this went down like this. This would have to go up like that. This could be here. I don't know. Unlikely. Okay, this would be a wall in that case. These would be like so. But then I can't ever get that. Unless this spot is this spot, but then I have to go left farther, and I can't go left farther because there are walls here. So I don't think that works either. Jesus. This is insanely difficult. If they're just straight down at each other, then this becomes a wall. And that's unlikely to be correct. If I do this and this, so these are mirrors of each other. They're never going to be able to fill in everything. I can't go this way, so it'd have to be blocked off there. Which means I can't go this way, so this would be blocked too. If I extended this, this would have to go here, which doesn't work. So again, that just doesn't pan out. So it's got to be clever, more clever than that. What if I did it like that, perhaps, you know? Then we've got this dead end, this, and this would be the same as each other. I could expand this out. That's no problem. On the side close to this. Are those still the same shape, technically? Yeah, they're just flipped horizontally. Then I have to get this corner, and I can't do it here, so that's illegal. Not possible. So I don't think they can just be horizontal mirrors of each other. Unfortunately. It means there's gonna have to be some stupid rotational symmetry. No. Which means this is like the start of one, this is like the end of another, or something like that. I hate it. So like, I know I almost certainly need that kind of shape. Nobody else is going to be able to wrap around to there. So I think we need this shape somewhere. So I know I'm also going to need probably this shape somewhere. Then I have to try and connect them. Well, this could be like this, actually, I suppose. That would be nice and symmetrical to try and fit in somewhere, but I just don't know. So where could I fit this in somewhere else? That would actually be useful. It's not just an L piece, it also has an extra. I need a Z piece that can be extended. Could also do it this way, suppose, but I would never be able to fill in this square in the top right. If it went this way, it wouldn't be able to go any farther right, or left rather, from its perspective. And then this shape is going to be held to finish, unless it's related to this guy. So I don't think that's gonna fly unless it's something like this. Rotate it. But again, that doesn't. 2 and then a 3. I'm stroking out. I'm so bad at it. Problem is this is horizontal, so this has to be the 3. It means the 2 could be here. Or the 2 could be here. The 2 goes here. I'm going to be trying to fill in this spot here, which just doesn't exist. So, but if I do this, then I'm never going to be able to fill in over here. So it can't be there. Who is here? Then I'm going to never be able to fill in those 2 squares. Why is this so unbelievably difficult? Everything below this is going to be hell. If I do this, I can't build upward. If I do this, I guess we could build. I can't go up. I can't do this square then. If I do this, we can build up forward. We can build up forward. But the thing is that even the same? Don't think so. No, it is. It's flipped properly. I can't do this. I can't. If I do this, I can't go this way across. So that doesn't work. Exactly 8, huh? I need another shape anyways. So where would I fit the other shape in? I need a 3rd shape that would match whatever the hell we're doing here. I don't know if that's doable or what orientation it would be in. I can't do this. In this case, I'll have to be exactly size 8. Oh, this is a nightmare. Oh, this is a nightmare. Oh God, why? These are only difficulty 3. Size 8. Like, I don't know. This just seems like all rotationally symmetrical. But except that one breaks the rule in that case. This one would have to be flipped horizontally. Okay. If I do this, I can't do that in all of them. So that just doesn't work. Because if I do this, I can't do this guy. It'd be conflicting. This spot is impossible to do. So it's not that. If I do 2 up from the middle, I can't do 2 up from the middle. I can't do this either. It just doesn't work. I need one of these 2 to work, and neither of them work if I do this setup. Man. I can't do that layout here. This is ridiculous. This is so freaking ridiculous, man. Needs to be 8, huh? An L shape, but then I can't. I don't know, man. Nice. This is the key part, and I just don't know how to deal with it. Give me a hint. There's a wall there. I did not expect that. Because, oh wait, I need 4 shapes, don't I? But there's so much. All the areas are so different looking, man. How? How do I do this? Hmm. And this one doesn't work if I do that. This one's never going to work with that. He has to be 8. That would be... I mean, technically possible, but there's no way I'm going to be able to escape with this guy. So I don't think it is possible. I don't think he can go down that way. I'm legitimately at a loss. Like, I don't actually know. How the hell am I supposed to do this? I don't know how to do this. Oh my gosh, this area is just breaking my mind. Actually just breaking my mind. This is that one, okay. You know what? Maybe I just pick one of the more difficult ones. Oh, wait, what's down here? That's this one. All right. God damn it. All right, this 4. Oh, jeez. Okay, okay. They all have to be the same shape. Means I'm gonna have to have... Almost certainly. Now, will it go north or west? Has to pick one of the two, but not both. If I just naively do this, it means this has to be a wall, this has to be a wall, wall, and wall. This could get this yellow. Let's just extend them all by 1. I'm assuming it's going to be something like this. I probably shouldn't do that many at once because I will just get lost. So let's extend by 2, extend by 2, extend by 2, extend by 2. Rotate, 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 rotate. He already has a red, so it can't go in at that point. He's a yellow. So all these corners would have to be filled in. This needs a blue. This does not need the yellow, though. So I think these are wrong. And that this has to get this yellow. Okay, so that fills in all of these, but that doesn't work. So can't do that. I could grab this yellow potentially. Which would mean getting rid of all of these. This one's already wrong. No, that's right. I'd be doing it here, 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 and here. Then you need, this guy needs all of the colors, so concerning. Very concerning. I don't know how he's going to get all the colors without blocking off other people. Which does tell me that, you know, something like this is not going to be correct. How does this guy in the top right... Did I just do a 50-50 split? No, because there's too many gems. Yeah, it has to be 4 areas. But this would have to be that, and that, but that doesn't, that's not valid. So he can't get this one, at least with our current setup. This guy's always forced to get a red beforehand, so this is not possible, which would block off these. I don't know about this one. Oh, good lord. Here, here, here. I don't know about those. This red needs all the shapes. And I know I can't extend this way because that just breaks others. It could... If it goes down like this, it's going to block off him from being able to extend that way. This guy needs a yellow. Am I wrong about this extending all the way out? I could be. There's nothing saying I have to go directly to there, you know? I'm also assuming rotational symmetry. Some of them might be the same shape but not rotated. They might be flipped or something stupid. So like I might do this for all I know as well. Might be horizontally. But then something's gonna have to go over to here, which is gonna block. I think it has to be rotational symmetry. Otherwise we're always gonna block something. But it could be rotationally this way. Whereas going the other direction before. This would have to be blocked off, which would block off each of these. Can I just do this? And this guy has everything he needs. This guy is missing 2. Okay, so let's wall these off. And then be like, if I extended this to grab a yellow, that doesn't break anything. I need a blue and a yellow. If I go 2 here, I'm not going to be able to do it for the others, so that does break, actually. I'm not going to be able to get yellow out of it. So it's probably not that. If I make this happen, it's fine, but I extend this, that breaks that. But I can't do that. I could do one of them, but then I'm stuck here and it doesn't work. Can I swap ownership of this to here? No, because of this guy would have to get swayed. Is that true? Could be here. And then here and here. Okay, that does work. All right. Hey, difficulty 4, but we figured it out. After getting ass blasted by the others, the supposedly easier ones. All right, shape bank, and they must all be the same. Oh, blessed days. So if we look, it's probably all pieces, right? You would think. That breaks that. Okay. That's unfortunate. Is there a better way for me to do this? There's not the correct number of blocks doing this. So I don't think it is the LPs. If it's even, it's a bunch of 2s. What am I supposed to do about up here, actually? Good point. I just do that. Then what do I do about here? So, it's gonna have to be Zeds, I guess. Which do tile very nicely, but... Uh-oh. I can't do anything else about this spot here if we use the Zeds. Same with this, actually. It can only be there, which forces this. Forces that, but that then leaves us being screwed. So actually, I don't think it can be Zeds, can it? Because we're always going to have another awkward shape. even just ignoring the top. We'll have a 1 space here, which is not valid. And then if we look over here again, it's going to be messed up. So crap. Was I right the first time that it has to be L shapes? This could be here or here. I don't know which. And I have to do this. Oh my gosh, it was. It was just... Okay, well... Again, another difficulty 4 was not that difficult compared to the 3s for some reason. Because they have real rules, real things I can eliminate. I'm seeing a lot of spaces there. This shape would work well. Is my initial thought. I think that would have to go up. Down here is a bit of a problem. In that case, no, maybe not. That does put a wrench in the plans. I don't know if I can fill it out in that case. Oh yeah, all the stuff back here is a little, well, I mean, either that or L shapes. L shapes could potentially work. Could 3 pieces work? Just straight line? If I did straight lines, these would be forced. I can't do these horizontal, so that has to be vertical. Forces this to be horizontal too, because they can't fit a vertical one in. This may just work. Okay, what about this bottom left corner though? Because I don't really have any other way to fill in that square. Everything has been forced up to that point. I could do this, but then, yeah, it doesn't quite work. It's physically not possible for it to be 1x3s because the number of tiles is not divisible by 3, I suppose. It's 55. Doesn't that mean it has to be divisible by 5? 55 is not divisible by 4 either. So it has to be this. Oh, that's a cute way to do it. Well, okay, then this one's forced. That's the only way to fill in that space. Same with this. This, I don't know if it goes up or down yet. If it went right, I'm gonna have a hard time filling in the rest of this. Well, it's kind of possible, but then this spot doesn't work, so I imagine it has to go up because this is also forced. And then I do this. If I do this, it works. And then that gets forced. But then I'm stuck up there is the problem. I'd have to do this, but then I've got no other way to fill this in. And this mess at the top doesn't work. I'd have to, oh, so here I'd have to do this. There's just no way around it. So if I just start building from the top down, it does seem like it works a lot better in general. But I do know some of these are still forced. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay. Look at the number of spaces and see what kind of shape it could be divisible by. So let's revisit this one then. Hold on. Oops. This is 18. So that means it has to be a number it has to be a factor of 18. So in theory, 3 would work. Sorry, I'm alt-tabbing here. So 3 or 6 or 2 or 19. 9. That's it, right? Yeah. It'll have to be the same shape. Well, it's not that. Unless... No. Can't be stair-shaped because... Can't fit it over here. 5 times... Or 3... That wouldn't make sense anyways. But no, it would. 3 times 6 would make sense. The only problem is... really do want it to be... It's not gonna work. So I guess in theory it could be all 2s, but like it not really. Just because of how the layout is. Like I can't... It can't be 2s. Because this is never gonna be valid. So that means it would have to be a wall there. And this are both valid options. Even if I had filled in the rest of the map, for instance, I had done this, then like all this was validly filled in. This plus this would be 2 solutions. We know in this game there's only ever 1 solution. So it cannot be 2s. Can't be 3s because I can't fill in like a 3x1 that ever fills in this square. It can't be like a T shape because then I'm never gonna be able to fill in this. Plus that would be 4 and it wouldn't... 18 is not divisible by 4, obviously. Like, I liked the idea of that, but it can never work. Can never walk. So it's not 2. It's obviously not... There's no way, right? What is a factor of 18? Oh my gosh. No freaking way. You gotta be kidding me. That is the dumbest solution, but it's the only solution. There's literally only 1 solution, and it's the most trivial case you could ever think of. Proving that, you know what? Maybe just keep it simple, stupid. And don't overcomplicate it. Couldn't see the forest for the trees. Okay. What about the other one then? Where's the other 3 that we struggled with? This one? It must be all exactly 8 though. And they all do the same shape. So I can't do the same cheaty here. But there's 32 tiles. We already know it has to be divisible by 4. We know this has to be aligned, so that doesn't really help me much. The trick is these. So, question. Does this have to belong to that, or could it belong to this? Could belong to either. But if it belongs to this, then we're doing this, and I can never do this. I could do that, I guess. Oh, they're technically the same. And it's only going to be 2 more tiles. One of them's forced here, which blocks that off, and therefore it's invalid. And this one... So I think that answers my question. That it kind of has to be like that. And it'll be walled off like so. Doesn't really help me with these. I don't see any world where this doesn't happen. The rest of this, who can say? Who can say? What if it's like, well, it can't be like that because this would never match. It could be like this. That is true. Could I ever fit this shape in? If I do this, for instance, then I'd have to be able to do this and this, which does work, but I can't go over to here. Well, I can't do that anyways. It doesn't matter. That looks kind of good, but what am I going to do with this blue? It's going to be this green, I guess, eventually. So I had this shape. Above this gets filled in. Like, crap. My, am I wrong? I only have 2 more tiles. It's 3 in a row like this. It's like that. Okay. And then I just fill this in. Oh my gosh, we did it. Okay. My brain has expanded. I've learned lessons. By going to other puzzles, they taught me the lessons I needed to do that puzzle. Oh my gosh. So now we got 42 tiles here that have to be split into 2. So it's a 21 and 21. That's what we know because they have to each have one of these. Okay. I happen to notice this and this, but it'll be, you just make it red, please. Thank you. And this one would be, wait, no, that's not gonna work. Wait, I want it to be blue. That's what I want it to be. And then this green, I guess. So but that can't be the case. It could be over here, actually. Maybe not, maybe not. Because that W here could never connect because that spot's not valid. So I don't actually know if that's the case. After all. Like I could do an M here and here. And both are perfectly the same. I don't know if they're just mirrored diagonally or it'll be like that. And this would be this. Will this ever work? How do I get to this guy? If I assumed a straight line across, it would be here. 2, 3, 4. That's too much. So I don't think that's going to be the case. If I extend 1, 2, 3 and over, I can't do that here. See? So probably not. Okay, let me restart. I need to figure out how to split these 2 areas up. They have to be either rotationally symmetrical or rotationally symmetric. And the shapes of the outside are going to be the clue. So let me just look at the shapes on the outside. I have this W or this M. If I assumed it was here, you go right. Can't go up any farther because of this, so it would have to be a wall there. If I gobbled that up, it would be here. And then going here and here for here and here. I do one more just for funsies. Then I go here and here. Oops. And here And here? Here and here? Does that work? This is 13, 13. That doesn't look the same. That clearly does not look the same. I've got this 3x3, 3x3. It extends outward one and then up one, like that. Yeah, because it extends outward this way. Then there's another M over here, which is going to be probably split up between the two of them. Well, actually, I can't because this move is this move. No, it's not. It's out farther. I can't do that. No, it'd be here. Sorry. So if I did this, then this would be going this way. If I do this, it's this way. Is that even the same? This guy's this guy, this guy's this guy. What is this ever gonna be? Uh-oh. I'm all confused again. Why is this blocked off? What if I just fill everything in? Then work from there. Guess and check, smile. All right, 3x3, 3x3, plus 3, plus 3. But then I've got 2 here, so I think this doesn't work. This plan doesn't work. Or I'm very close and I'm just stupid. That's also a possibility. So I have this 3x3 here. 3x3 with a spoke and a spoke, a spoke and a spoke. Right? It means it's just vertically flipped. If it's just vertically flipped, then this guy, this is 3 out. So this line, that 20 is 20. I can't split it up evenly in that case because this is 22, this is 20. It's vertically split. This is 6 across, this is only 5 across. So I need to take 1 away from there somehow. Above this nub in here is this, so it can't be that. That'll be here. Is that true? No. This is just, I'm assuming it's just vertically flipped, but I could be wrong because I'm seeing this over here would be this. But then how do I deal with this gap? Is my question. I'm a fool because this doesn't work out that way. Trying to work my brain around this. Give me a hint. There's a line there. Oh, is that this space here? No, wait. That's too many. That's way too many tiles, you know? Way too many tiles. Oh, that looks very, very similar. I see this. Shit. That would make it like going over the vertical axis. If that were the case, then this would not be anything. It can't be. This guy causes so many problems. I'm probably like 1 away or something stupid, and or very close, and I'm just not seeing it. I do this. I mean, that's too many tiles. It's not the same, man. Oh. I'm so confused. So it all just looks the same to me. It all just looks the same. We also have this problem here. All right, I'm not looking at that anymore. Dude, these puzzles are so hard. Puzzles are so hard. 45. 45 divided by 3. What? 15? Do we all 15? I can't do this, man. My brain can't wrap around the fact that how do I need more limitations in order to be able to see. It's just too abstract. How do I split these up into this arbitrary area up into 3 areas that also includes these as separate ones? I don't know. If these were all the starting points, I could gladly do it. I just don't know how to do it otherwise. Like, this area has to be filled, but like, it's so hard, man. What about you? It's the same shit. They're all the same. Oh, boy. Well, at least on this one, I see that there's some nice choke points. It is 39 plus 3, 42. 42 divided by 3. What? Does 42 divide by 3? Is that 14? Right, because 3 times 7 is 21, so that makes sense. Bro. Bro, I don't know how to do these. I literally don't know how to do these. I don't know how to break them down into something manageable. Good Lord. Like, it's so overwhelming. It's unbelievably overwhelming. Freedom is truly a prison. How am I supposed to do this? How am I supposed to do this? These are all... I have to fill in every single square. Okay, well... Can't I do a square shape in all of them? I don't think so. They don't all start there is the problem. Well, here's the thing. They all must have a square somewhere in them, because I must fill in this area without blocking off this. The only way to get... Well, there's no guarantee there. I didn't check how big the area was. Oh, God. I don't want to reset. I don't want to... Wait, I could... Can I reset and undo the reset? I can. 168. There's 168 of them, and... 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. So 168 divided by 24, was it? So they're all going to be size 7. That's 5. What shape would work for all of them is my thought. I betcha. It's gotta be something like this. I don't know where I turn from there. Probably like this. This is my new assumption here. Now we must do this shape. Oh, sorry. Wait. What did I do wrong? How is that not the same shape? Oh, because that's go the other way. Gotcha. It's not going to work down here. So I don't think the shape is accurate unless actually, no. Cute idea. Not seem to be the case. Yeah, this is going to be tough. It's going to be tough. Could I have done this differently? I wouldn't be able to get this corner. Is said problem. There's no way the shape is like that. That's so goofy. Right? Right? It could be something like this. Who knows? But then I would never really get this guy. Would I? I could, in theory. Then I have to be able to extend that in another direction. I can't get it one more. It has to be if I want to fill this in. Yeah. Yeah, this is a hard one. No, there must be a square somewhere near all of them. Let's just naively try this. How would I get this guy in that case? Could be something like this. Who knows? I don't know why I'm trying to do the fifth one, but I'm assuming it's going to have to be something like that. To fill this corner would be a little difficult, potentially. Yeah. Can't be like a 2x3 because of things like this guy here. Does limit what shapes it can be. Okay, hold on. I'm going to restart. We know these are all walls. I have an idea. How to determine this. It's just going to take multi-steps. So we know it's going to be a 2x2. After that, don't know. Is there any others that I can be like... I can glean any information about? So if there's a 2x2 here, I mean, it's got to be at least there. I know it can't be a 2x3 because I can never ever fit that in here. So, like, I can't do this. Could do that, perhaps. But it doesn't give me any new information. This guy. Then again, it could be some wonky shape like this. Who knows? We know they have to be size 7. I can't actually say anything definitively about anywhere else that for that matter. So how else would I get this guy? So this guy has to have a 2x2 connected to him somewhere. I don't know if it's here. I don't know if it's here and it does like that or like what. I could try different shapes and see if it invalidates. So like if I did this, for instance, that's 7 squares. But I would not be able to do it over here, so that can't be possible. If I did this, that would match, but then I'd have a space open here. Oh, but it's 6. If I did this, it would block here. Wait, it doesn't... Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So I can't do that. Therefore, if it was out like this, that's too many tiles. It's probably not that. So I'm thinking it has to be But there's at least a nubbin out here. I don't know which direction it goes. So this could be here and here, for instance. Okay, if it went down here, then the square would have to be to the right. I'd have to fill this in. Could be with that. So it could be something like that. Could also not be. Does that make it impossible anywhere else? No, I mean, like, this would be fine. But how am I ever going to fill in up there in that case? Oh, I could do something like that. And that. I mean, but then this is only 6. It needs to be 7. Haha, haha, I know. Very funny. So, probably not. Because I can never fill in these 2 squares. So, for instance, if I did this would be a wall. And this would be a wall. The only way to expand would be back this way. Which I can't do here. It would be a wall. So I am seeing like multiple potential issues with doing this. It could be this way for all I know. But then how am I ever going to fill this space in? I mean, I could do something like... No, because it's like that. I can't go above, so... Yeah, it's not looking like it would be 2. So what if I did this, like the fish shape? Then it's going to be really hard to fit that in at all in places. I find it really hard to believe that it would tile very well. I see lots of places like in these sides areas where it's not going to work. I just can't. I always leave awkward shapes. So I don't think it will be that. This is more realistic. And I would still have one more tile. That just doesn't work very well. This is stopping me. That is a 6, so it is supposed to be really difficult. Is this son of a bitch again? Oh my gosh. I need 2 more puzzles. Gosh. This area is 45, right? So 15. Oh my gosh, it's so difficult. That's 10, but like the odds of me getting that exact shape on the others as well is... I don't even know where to start. I don't know where to start for that. I'm actually just kind of stumped. I think I'm just gonna take a break and come back to this with a fresh mind. Okay, it's been over a week, like a week and a half since I've last played this and got stuck on these puzzles. And then I started to record for like 7 minutes, muted, then went to mute because I sneezed, realized I unmuted. So I got a sneeze in that, so then I was like, oh crap, I gotta check the recording, and sure enough, I was just muted for the first 7 minutes. And then I checked the recording and I had left that video up and it was just in the background. And then I suddenly heard myself sneeze while I was doing the second take of this. So now I'm on the 3rd take as we have to do these stupid puzzles I can't solve. We may have to use check our progress. Also, I'm going to explain this for like the 3rd time of what I'm stuck on. So, like if we try and do vertically flipped, you know? So it looks really good so far, right? These are the same, blah, blah, blah. Great. But then it gets really complicated up here. It gets really complicated up here. So like, if I want to do this, I can't. If I do this, it matches, but then how do I fill in this spot? I can't. I can't. So it doesn't really work, right? So you're like, all right, what if I don't extend that way? I mean, I can't. I can never fill this in with either of these shapes then. It just isn't going to work. But even down here runs into problems because this space is empty. And right here, I need to fill in. So that just doesn't work. If we try and do, you know, I don't know, like on a diagonal and have these. Again, this empty spot just really screws us. Obviously, this can't be empty. And then I couldn't find anywhere else. I guess it could be something like this, but would that work? But that's really the only spot that's in that could match up with that potentially. But I'm never going to be able to fill in these spaces, I don't think. So they can't wrap around here. So I can't do this, for instance. Can't go up. And I can't go down because there's nothing over here. So like it just doesn't work. If I had it down here, and we're going to run into the same vertical flip problems as before. The only difference is we haven't filled in this spot. So it's like it does not actually help. Again, if I try and do here or here, this spot, how am I like supposed to deal with that? I don't know. Plus, these places would conflict with each other. They wouldn't be able to belong to each either. So it's like, what do I do? And even if we just look at these, like this can expand to either direction. This cannot. So like it just doesn't work. It's very difficult. It's very, very difficult. So you haven't started solving the puzzle yet. They don't let me get just one to start with. Okay, well. If I try and flip it or divide it like completely horizontally, it's just not going to match up at all. So it's got to be some weird twisted mess. And I just can't figure out where to start. I can't use these as a starting point, really. Because they're not going to be the same spot in each shape. So it might be like the top left of one and in the middle of another, you know? So I can't use those as two anchors where I start off from both sides. It doesn't work. But I can't see a way to have two shapes. And it has to be two shapes because we've got two of rows windows. And they have to be the same shape because of match. So I don't have any play in figuring out a clever solution with like 3 shapes or something because that's not allowed in this. So what do I do is the question. What do I do? I don't know where to start. Everywhere I try to do this, it just doesn't work out. I do see like there's a 5 line here and 5 line here or here. But probably have to be... That's assuming again vertically. I don't know how to do this. All right, well, let me think about it. So we've got this kind of shape. Is there anywhere else I could fit that kind of shape into? I mean, here, but again, that leaves this. Like, yeah, it's not going to work. It's not going to work, even if we did. Those are the same shape, but this guy's not included. And I can't extend this way anymore, where I can't extend this way, so. All right, what is, there's a line there. That's our hint. That's our starting hint. Okay. It doesn't tell us if this goes like this or if it goes, there's another shape here. It doesn't give us a whole lot of information. Does not give us a whole lot. It does tell us this shape probably connects down here somewhere. And this one probably goes up somewhere. But I don't actually know that. Well, it must be because I can't wrap around like this, for instance. Just try to figure out how do I get this? Maybe if it's like this color and then the other color is like that. That would effectively be a hole in this purple color. Obviously not in this spot, but just as a demonstration how that could work. So if I did something like this, this would have to come down and connect to that at some point. This would have to go up. Then I can't go over more, so that doesn't really track. We know this is one color, we know this is another color. I just don't know. I just don't know. Where would I go? We do have these choke points. Use purple and orange instead of green. It's for funsies. And this is where I'm stuck, right? I just can't visualize two shapes that take up the same. Oh my gosh. I see this and this here, which is very suspicious to me. So if I did this and this, it's on top of the short one, so that wouldn't work here. The long one was this way. It would be like that. Then up. Doable. Short one, short one. Then zigzag up. Can go one more here, but no farther. You can go in like this, but I can't get this guy. You can go one more. Ah. But then the problem is I got this space I can't fill in. Let's see. Can I do this and this? I think so. Then I've got this spot I can't really do anything about. This is here. What am I doing wrong? There's a line there, huh? Oh no. I can't be on both sides of this, so something's very, very wrong, clearly. Okay, hold on. Let's do this again. To me, that indicates I'm going to have something worming through here. And this will be a different color. You know, like that just seems too good, you know, not to do. Then it would go up, but then that's on here, that's here, and I can't copy that. Unless... What if it's not like that? What if it's just like... that? And then this one could be this guy. Is that true? No, there's no way this works out. I mean, that is, in fact, rotated with each other. And I'd have to fill in all of this, and there's just not that many squares over here, so it's just blatantly wrong. It's just blatantly wrong. That just doesn't work. Give me another hit. Oh, God. There's a line there. You see, like, everything I assume is just always wrong. It's just always wrong. Okay. Huh. Really? I mean, I don't even know this is the case. No, this has to come out, but like... These are the hardest puzzles I think I've ever done in my life. This is one that getting a couple lines just doesn't actually help me that much. I think it's crazy, but this actually just might be too hard for me. I am missing something. Well, This either has to go this way or this way, because these checkpoints are now very concrete here and here, or here and here technically. But this one has to get out. So just don't know how to do this. I just don't know how to do it. How am I gonna fill all this in? How am I gonna fill all that in? It's beside a gap. And it leads to... Could never be like... I don't know, man. I don't know. Can't go any farther than that, so that can't be right. I need to find where this maps to. I mean, I could kind of brute force it, I suppose. Let's just imagine it's purple here. I won't be able to go farther left. Ever. I go up to... over 1. I'm never going to be able to... Yeah, I'm never going to be able to fill this in. So I don't think it matches there. This is so stupid. I'm like trying to figure out what this... where else this could be, you know? Has to have... point at... I don't know, man. I just don't know. I could do this. Tell me. It's correct. Okay. So it tells me those two walls are like that. So it has to go like this, huh? Well, it does help narrow things down a little bit. If it goes like this, it cannot go farther right. So it couldn't be mapping to something over here, for instance. Couldn't be here. Couldn't be here. Could be... No, it can't be there. And it has to have a wall at the bottom. Problem is, if it's going up, it's going to start eating into this area. What if it's downward? Seems unlikely, unlikely. Where would this be? Because it's probably going to keep going up. I don't see a good spot for it, so I don't actually know. Is there a wall here? At least one mistake. Okay, so it goes this way, which means this is probably a wall. I had to guess. This is so stupid. Nope, it goes both ways. Okay. Shouldn't be too surprised by that. Because there's a lot of these kind of shapes in this map. T with a down piece. Dude, it could be freaking anywhere. I know this is a different color. And it has to go up to this guy, so it probably has to go through here, right? I think this is forced. I don't know where it's going to go after this, but it could go this way or this way. So how would I get that shape here? Or... I see this M shape. And... I don't think it'd be there. What if it was up here? What if it was like that? That means I don't think that's gonna work. I'm just trying to think. This would be this guy here. And then a 3-line one up. Like, I'm gonna be blocking here. It's not gonna work. Even with hints, this is so brutally difficult. I just know orange can't be here, so this does have to happen to some extent. Orange also can't go here. And the odds of it wrapping all the way around are zilch, because then it'll block this off from being connected to purple. Therefore, this does in fact have to fill in with purple. And I mean, I can't have orange on either of these spots, so it has to be there. Okay, which means this is gonna have to connect up to this because it needs to be able to gobble this up. So now I have an interesting shape here, which looks a lot like this. The question is that actually the same? Doesn't have this shape in the purple yet, but I know that. So we got an M leading to another M into a 1. So no, it does not match. It does not match. It is similar, but doesn't actually. I can figure out where this was on the purple one. That would help me a lot. I feel like we're getting kind of close. So it's, well, you can think of it as like a T piece with a Z, T piece with a 1. Where would I do that? My brain hurts. Okay. There's only so many places I can fit this shape in, right? Right? Not crazy? Yeah, I can't get the extra. So it goes around. So I'm imagining this spot right here is right here. That's like what I want. If I do that, that's this space is this space. Actually, does that match? Does it actually match? I think this space is this space. So let's see. Do. I'm using my finger on the screen. Yeah. And then goes toward the hole. So here is here, these two. Then it has to go down. Is it like that? Is that correct? Which would force this to come out here. Okay. I can probably do this. 18. This and this. Oh, God. It's not going to work. No. Everything's correct so far. Okay. I just have to figure out how to close this off. Like this? Ah. Oh, my gosh. That was so hard. Oh. Oh, I had to get so much help on that one. Ow. How the f am I supposed to... Okay. Well, Wow. Wow. I should have realized. Yeah, what I should have realized was when I was matching this with this, that was correct. What I didn't realize was if I went like this, this would be up like this. Had I done that from the beginning, I think everything else would have just fallen into place eventually. But yeah, it's all twisted amongst itself. There was no clean diagonal, vertical, horizontal, and oh my goodness. Our pain is only just beginning though. We have this. Oh, 3 shapes. They're all gonna be intertwined. Okay, well, We do have a very easy start, though. In that this has to come out at some point. I also know this has to come out at some point. And if I imagine those were the same, could we work from that? Don't know. But I want to go left or right. Probably right. If I imagine they're just rotated, you know. And it's doing something like this, which is going to be wrong. So perhaps not. Perhaps not. Where do you start on these? Okay, how many? It's 45. So they're going to be 15 tiles each. Okay. So this has 3 options. You can go this way, or this way. But I need something else to match it to. These have to be different shapes. You give me all the colors. Actually, let's use yellow, red, and blue. There we go. That's fine. Look for it's with 3 shapes. It's a little harder to see where they may be. I do see like a lot of this, for instance. And it would have to be something else for him, but it could be somewhere like this, for instance. But if these end up having to connect, for instance, how would I do that with the others? It's like making a staircase, so I can't do that up here. That's the downside to the blue being like that. And obviously I shouldn't be trying to start them all from the same area either. It's just like, if I imagine if this was yellow, it would have to go all the way across the middle. This spot is going to be the hard part for sure. Well, actually, I don't know for sure, but it is too convenient that we've got something like this. Surely, right? Now, if I assume this spot, and this spot are the same, this isn't going to be rotationally symmetry. These two would be, but this one would not be. I would imagine they're probably all rotationally symmetrical. If I do this, I can't do it here. So that's not going to work. I can't do it there either because it'll block him off. The yellow could be somewhere else, like in the middle for all I freaking know, though. Plus, now I can't expand this way. If I expand this way... Yeah, I can't do that. So I'd have to go from the other side of the... Except that... This is the No, sorry, this is the And then I'm doing that. Yeah? No, that's clearly not the same shape, my dude. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down one more. So, like, I'm missing this space, which is here. That doesn't really work out. Again, it's like, where do I start? Where do I start? There's got to be some, like, strategy that I'm just blissfully unaware of. I'm not sure. There's been so many possibilities. How am I supposed to figure this out? I can't match there. I can't just blindly guess and check a bunch of things. Just don't work. I could use check by progress, but just give any kind of hints. Yeah. I just don't know where these red ones actually start out. So like I kind of have to mostly ignore them. That's what I feel like, but it also feels wrong. Can I do this shape anywhere? So I got like a Z with a dot on the bottom. These are all staircase directly, so it's not gonna apply there. Yeah, I feel like that's probably not gonna be a shape unless it's somewhere in the middle. It's not gonna be like this because then this guy is gonna be can't go left at all. If I do that. They need room. They need room to be able to oh man. Yeah, I don't get it. What is the logical leap that I'm missing to get these puzzles started? If we had mark start points, it'd be so well. Actually, then it would just not be much of a puzzle, would it? Wonder if like the texture on the background, like the white tiles, is a hint at all. I don't think so. Oh, it changes every time, so no, it's not. It does not. Every time I draw and delete, it changes to something random. Wonder why they did that. I don't know. Do not know. It's a small touch that they didn't really have to do, but they did that anyways. I wonder what the design decision behind that was, or if it was just a happy coincidence. Since when you they probably have, since when you draw, it's doing a random pattern with a random color. When you delete, it's probably just changing the color to white, which also still has the randomization on it. So it's probably just a happy coincidence. Probably. And not an intentional design decision? I don't know. It's like a side effect of one of their decisions. Anyways, I'm doing anything but solve the problem or the puzzle here. So, I really don't want to use hints, but I don't know where else to go. All right, well, I know if this went here, it would have to be a wall there. Right? If that's the case, it's probably not going any further west. Then if I go east with them, this guy could be rotated. He would be at an end spot at some point. If I just do this for funsies, would I ever be able to fill this spot in? No, I would not. This can't go up any farther. So it's clearly not going to be correct. Because then I would be blocking something off no matter what. Okay. I mean, that doesn't mean this is... I don't know, man. Give me one hint, please. Okay, there's a wall here. That is something. I don't know about this one. But I know that this does not go any farther west. Great. 15 tiles is a decent amount, but it's not that much. That's going there. I mean, it almost certainly fills out this area, right? I have... Let's just do some shits and giggles here. No. I do it this way. Oops. Technically feasible. Don't know if it really helps at all. This one can't go left any farther. I can't go right here. This is blocked. blocked, blocked. So this is wrong. There's nowhere for them to expand to. They've gobbled each other up. Jeez, I don't actually. I don't know. Everything's correct so far. Okay. Okay. I was right. This blue does fill this in. Well, that does tell us that we have to have this shape somewhere for all of them, but doesn't really help a whole lot. Can I get some kind of rotational symmetry going on here? The problem is, if I put it here, it's going to be a mess. This does end here. So, like, in theory, you know. Thanks. But again, we're going to run into the problem where can't get this spot if I do that. And because of that, wait a minute. If it was like this, I would know this would have to be a wall. But I would never be able to fill this in. Unless I did something like this. How am I going to fill this spot in? If I do it here, it's here. I'm also going to use some kind of L shape at the end somewhere. If I do it something like this, red's never going to work out. I don't think. Have to be... Yeah, this is not going to work like that. So I know I have to have a shape like this at the very least, somewhere. So this and this are the same, I believe. Yeah. I can't go here, so I can't go there either. Means that has to be a wall. It's 1, 2, 3 up. That's here. 4. So it's like that. Yeah. So that means this command can only go forward. Which is obviously wrong because this can't go forward. So we are not correct here. This is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Like that has to go out like that. That's... Could it ever go this way? No, because then that's going that way. So this is obviously not correct. So does that mean I don't go up this way? Would that be a wall? I'd have up 1, 2, 2 by 2. Like so. Okay, well, obviously not that wall, but... It doesn't necessarily have to turn around the score. Well, it kind of does have to do this, actually. Which is especially showing me this kind of pattern, sort of. Okay, so I got a 2 by 2 with this shape. 2 by 2 with this shape. But that doesn't actually... I'm gonna have to have 1 here. And this is not correct, actually. Is it? I mean... Yeah. Then the red... Is that correct? It's so hard to visualize this shit, man. No, that's not correct. I would need 1 here. So red doesn't look right yet. Also, I was trying to do it over here, so it'd have to connect over to here, but this is already 8 tiles. How would it ever get over to that? I don't think it can. Without blocking other stuff. I know it can't go up here. We'd have to go like straight across to here, and then it's 16. It's not even... It's too many tiles. Interesting. Okay. What am I doing wrong? That wall, huh? There's no wall there. Oh. Well, yeah, based on how I drew it there, that is indeed correct. Yeah, 1 and a 2x3. 1 and a 2x3. Which doesn't line up here at all. And that doesn't work. A 1 and a 2x3? What do I do about this spot? I guess it could have a line at the end, potentially, but... Or to the side? No, because like... How many tiles is that? 13? Okay. I'll be blocking everything off from the top. So actually, this can't be here. I can't be there. Just straight up can't be. How am I going to fill in this area? I already have half my tiles here. If I do something like that, it's going to be leaving empty spaces. So I could fill that in, technically, actually. 13, 13. Oh, then I don't have enough space. Can I delete this? No, because that's that. Can I delete this? Wait, am I crazy? This 3 is this 3. If I take this off, I'm trying to draw down here, which I can't do. I can't do that. I'm trying to go up. This is only 14. I could go... No, because I already know this is a wall. Evidently. I could do this. This is a 2x4. 2x4 one. And I've got 2 spaces here, so that does not work, actually. That's strong. They're the same shape, but they're not the right size. Plus, it would not leave that space for... There's no way it would fit in here. What am I doing wrong? There's a line there, huh? Suspicious. Do you think? Then how would I ever fill this in? If this is the same, because I wouldn't be able to. Cannot be done. Oh, I don't think that's right. Holy crap. This is ridiculous. This is actually insane. I think there's a wall there. What? I don't like that. Spoon feed me. Everything's correct so far. Okay. Doesn't really tell me a whole lot. These aren't even the same shape. Oh God. Oh no. That means... What does that mean? Uh-oh. Oh no. I can't do this, man. Alright, what about this puzzle? Okay. Oh God, man. Why is it so difficult? I need one more to get the guild. No, to get... Yeah, to get the gold one. So we've got this puzzle and this puzzle. And then this 6. Oh, God. Oh, there's so many. I don't remember what size all of them have to be. it was like 7 or something. I have to recount and divide. What a nightmare, though. What a bloody nightmare. No, they all have to have a 2x2. But yeah, I tried a bunch of things with this. Could not figure out something that works for all of them. I'm like, this 2x2 here means our 2x2 has to go out like this or like this. This needs to be connected to a 2x2. Like if it was something shaped like that, then it would have to be like that, and that's not possible. Like it can't be that shape. Can't be this shape. Therefore, it has to go up this way. If it's a 2x2 here, it has to go like that and extend both ways. I think they had to be 7 each. I'm not sure though. This is not the same because it would have to go this way. This is a very difficult shape to fit into a bunch of spots, you know? But maybe. So it's 2x2 with an L piece that points away from the 2x2. I could, in theory, go up like that, but how am I going to fill this spot in? Like so? Like so? Maybe. You know, there's one way to find out, I guess. Let's test my theory. Check my progress. Everything's correct so far. Okay, so we found the shape. That makes this a hell of a lot more doable. Okay. Great. Well, I can't go like this. It could be out here or like this. I don't know yet. Let's do this one. It's almost certainly like that. That's not the right shape. So that can't be like that. Could be like this. How would I fill this one in? Good point. Oh, this has to connect. Ah, shoot. How do I fill this space in if that's the case? I'd have to do. I need a way to fill this space in that also connects to a dot. That's to face away from it. Without leaving spaces behind. That's a problem. How do I fill in this square? How do I reach? I mean, it can't be him. Like, nah. Let's go away from the square. Can't be too many other places. I'm imagining it has to be something like this, but then that doesn't work. So this is forced to be a square here. That's just true. I can't do this because then I leave a 1 by 1. It would be down here or whatever, but I know it's not here. There's a wall there. But then I can't fill in this unless it's a 2 by 2, but then I can't do that. That's not going to work here either. Bruh. Huh? How do I fill in this space up here with this shape? Like, this looks really good, but then I have no way to fill this in. It has to have this shape in it. I've got this and this, but then I got a 2 space there. I do this. Can't, it's not possible. Huh? There's one mistake. There's a mistake down here. Oh, well, I guess that's true. I don't necessarily have to. Well, it just kind of solved that part for me, but whatever. That wasn't the thing I wanted information on. I wanted information up here. How do I get... Wait. Like that. That's how we do it. Aha. I see. Then I need to figure out how to solve this in a way that makes sense. So I need to be able to fill in this, like, that makes a lot of sense, actually. And then this makes a lot of sense. It then has to go somewhere. Can't go here because I would block that. So it'd have to go like this. Then how am I going to fill in that spot if I do that? Could be something like this, I suppose. And then this goes like that. Oh, that's wrong. Like so. And then this would have to be, I don't know. Then how am I going to fill in this spot? Oh, we can do it like that. Uh-oh. We got a problem here there. So. I have a problem. Do I have a problem? No, actually, it still works. This is so crazy. I think I have to do it like this. Then how do I fill in that if I do that? I could do it like this, like this. Becomes a little difficult. I do it like this, and then like this, and then like this. Oh my gosh, we did it. That was so much easier than the other one. It's so much easier. Holy. We got our guild. We unlocked a new 5. So I see 2 here. This should be a 3rd secret one. So they usually allow it to +3. I might have to like solve one of these to reveal the last one. I don't know. Okay, so there's that one. Oh, that's one we already had. And there's, oh, those are 2 we already seen. Okay. 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 So how big is this area? 42. What is 42 divided by 3, actually? Huh? 14. All right, 21. Yeah, okay. This would be 14 each. Well, there's only so... It's a pretty small area for having 3. So it can't be that difficult, right? Sure, we can figure this out. So this guy here, if he goes up like this, is a blocking unless it has a 2x2. Because I highly doubt it's going to be something wrapped around like that, because then this is going to get blocked off. So I think this has to be red like that. Yellow's gonna have to go up here to get out. How much space back here we use up, I don't know. Blue's gonna have to go this way. So far, I know there's at least this shape. Actually, it could be this shape. Nothing against that. This then has to come up like this. And if those are the same, in fact, I'd have to do that. Those are 8 sized. If I tried to go in like this, it's gonna be blocking off him anyway, so it's probably wrong. I don't know how I'm gonna satisfy yellow. If we do back here with these guys, then it's probably just straight wrong. Because yellow won't be able to... I mean, it's not possible to go any farther back. So no, then I'd have this space. So I don't think those can go any farther back. This space is this space, so it also has a wall. That means yellow has to fill in all of this. So we got a 9 space and we got an 8 space. I need 14. So they probably connect together, but here's the issue I'm having. I've got these little spots here, which... Can I fill in this spot? Wait, so to the left, it's here. So that's fine. Wait, no, it's not. That's this space. This would have to be a wall. Match this guy. It's going here, here, so... since this is a wall, this has to be a wall. I also know this has to be a wall. So this. And these. Is that right? I believe so. Now, how am I going to fit yellow into all this nonsense? I'm going to check my progress. There's one mistake. Okay, there's a wall there. Means there's a wall here, which means this is wrong. God. Oh no. Why didn't it say this was wrong? Oh, because it made it the same shape. Oh god. Yeah, okay. So that goes like that, which means this is forced to go like this. Which means these could go back too, but then what am I doing here? Aww. What? No wall there, huh? Okay, you know what? Retry again. I know this goes back like that. No, this goes like this. That's all correct, right? Never mind. Never mind. But is there a wall here? There is a wall there. So I do think this and this match up. I'm pretty sure. It said there was no wall there, right? Oh, there's no wall here. Okay, they don't match up. Okay. That's annoying. Wait, could it be like this? That looks really good. That looks really good. I bet you that's correct. Yeah. Yep. Okay. So we got the 2 squares, 2 squares, 2 squares, 2 squares. Then I just have to fill in these. I think it's like that. That would have to be... Does that match? 1, 2, 3. 1 or 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So no. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Wait. How am I doing? It's okay. What's the orientation that we're trying? Okay, this has to come up here anyways because it's not big enough. Yeah. I just have to figure out how these get this L shape attached. This one's rotated. These ones are together. The L shape can't be up that way. If it's... This is rotated and flipped, actually. Which makes my head hurt. Okay, let me think about this. Let me think about this. So this spot is where on the other ones? It's lined up with the overhang. So it's here. Here. This line. So then it has to go up 2, which is these 2. In the other direction, it's 3. It doesn't work out here, or does it? Is this 5? Oh, that's not 15. That blocks it off. So, huh? Am I stupid? I've got a 4-piece in a row. It has to be. But then I blocked that off. This is the problem. I don't think this is correct. There's a line there. This has to go more, so it has to go here. So this has to be the shape that we're matching. That doesn't match. It doesn't match. What am I doing wrong? What? How's there a line there? Wait, oh, it's 14, not 15 that we need. Oh, right. Okay. There we go. That makes way more sense. I'm having to use help, but... So is it really just this one? Is it just going to be +2? Or am I going to reveal, like, one final puzzle? Or is there a hidden one somewhere that I missed? It's weird for it to only be +2. Is there anything? Anything? I mean, I'll be fine if it's only +2, but that seems unusual. I don't see anything else on this island, so... It's just that one. Okay. How are we doing so far? Everything's correct. Oh, God. Is this... That's a mistake. Okay. That means it has to go up like that. Means this is the wall. So I've got a 2x3 somewhere, and I've got this kind of shape. And I figured how big. I think I want them to be 15 each. I think this whole space is 45. Yeah. Yes. 14 plus 31. So I need to figure out. I just have to connect these two shapes together, more or less. So I know this is not here. I imagine it has to... Well, if I do that, it blocks it off. If I do it like this, this guy's going to get blocked off. This looks like this shape right here. Be my guess. Everything's correct. It's all correct. So now I just have to figure out how to get these shapes together to fill in the rest of this. I see this will probably help fill in these. So it's going to be some kind of horizontal turn. Oh, wait. I see it. Is that what I want? I need it to be 15, I think, though. Yeah, 15 times 3. I need one more tile after that. This is going to... Oops. Probably be like that. One mistake. Okay, there's a line there, so it's not correct. So it could be like this, and then like this. Yes. Okay. You know what? I'll take the assisted win, all right? I'll take it. It's only +2. That's so suspicious. Where's the last one? Everything else. Oh, I guess. Actually, wait. These are +2. +3. Okay, maybe it is only +2. All right. We cleared this area. Oh my goodness. It took me so long. Unbelievably long. That is the hardest one by far so far. That makes every other one look like a joke. I had to use so many hints. Well, if you enjoyed this, do leave a like and subscribe if you're not already. Next time, let's go this way maybe into the little forest there, and see what happens. What new mechanic will they introduce to us that'll blow my mind? Anything to get away from this thing. Anything at all. Oh boy, we have done a lot of puzzles. 319 puzzles solved. This game is massive. Well, see you guys next time.